as well. But Mikel Merino, what is the latest with him? Well, according to Team News and Ticks, who everyone says he's so reliable, this guy here, everyone says he's really reliable. But apparently, according to him, Mikel Merino's move to Arsenal will be done next week. It'll be done next week. That is that there, guys. Mikel Merino should be an Arsenal player by next week as well. And I'm also going to share this one because there's been a different, just did so many different reports sort of talking about how much we're going to like obviously the fee for him, like the price tag for this guy as well. So we're going to share this one. Bear me 1 second, guys. Got too many tabs open. That will do. So yeah, there's been so many reports about a different fee. I mean, I'm going to go off what some of Rich have been saying, but according to this guy called Con Marble Halls, he says Arsenal have agreed a fee of 17 million. That is apparently the fee for Merino. 17 million was Solskjaer for Mikel Merino. The final details are being sorted out, and the player will arrive in London for his medical. And as I said, this is coming from Con Marble Halls, 28k followers. He's from, I don't know if I think he's from Sports Bible or somewhere like that. But he's saying that the fee is around 17 million. Obviously, Fabrizio said the fee will be over 25 million euros, whether that is in pounds. So let's just call it around 20 million that we're going to sign for Mikel Merino. But finally, guys, this still looks like it's going to be done. It's another one. It's not another one of those that has been going on and on and on now for quite a while. But looking like Mikel Merino will be an Arsenal player, as I said, next week. So he'll come in, possibly may make his debut against Wolves. I wouldn't maybe start the guy, but off the bench, maybe we could definitely see the guy play against Wolves. And this guy is going to come in, as we know, as a new midfielder for Arsenal. The fee around 20 million. He's already agreed the personal terms. There's no issue whatsoever. As I said before, he's agreed terms over joining Barcelona, over Atletico Madrid. Spanish clubs were interested in Mikel Merino, and he rejected them, and he wanted to come to Arsenal instead. I know there's a lot of talk about Martin Zubimendi. Could that possibly affect the deal if he goes to Liverpool for Merino? And the talk is no, it's not. It's not going to affect the deal whatsoever. If Zubimendi, of course, does end up going to Liverpool, Solskjaer will be happy apparently to let both go, to let both of their midfielders go, because they're going to get the money for. They're going to get most of the money for Zubimendi, but they still get a bit like 20 million for Merino as well, and they just use that money to obviously like replace, to find replacements there. And obviously Zubimendi as well, talking about him, because I know there's quite a lot of talk about Arsenal interested in him. According to reports yesterday, Arsenal were never even looking at Zubimendi apparently. We was looking, but we never inquired for Zubimendi or anything like that. We were just interested in the player, so there's nothing really concrete about that. It's kind of like Arne has always wanted, at the moment, by the sounds of it, that he's always wanted, Mikel Merino. Now, Merino was also left out of the squad yesterday as well, guys. He did not play. He did not feature for Real Sociedad's squad in their friendly. Zubimendi did feature. Zubimendi did feature. He did play for Sociedad. Don't know what that means for Liverpool's point of view, but there was no Mikel Merino in Sociedad's squad. He did return back to training with them, but he's not playing in the squad. Now, the whole reason behind that, apparently, because he was carrying a slight injury. But we all know that ain't got nothing to do with anything. Yeah, we all know he's not been included in the squad because of the rumours, because of the transfer to Arsenal that's going to happen, guys. It's getting very, very close. And I'm going to share my lineup in a minute, guys, of what Arsenal's team's looking like for next season before we get into a few other pieces of news as well. Because as much as this is going to be, I think this player comes in, I said before, Merino, he comes in. I like the signing. I don't mind the signing. We know he's a bit on the older side, 28 years of age. He's 28 years of age now. The biggest question mark about this guy is he going to come in? Is he going to lift, adapt to the Premier League? Because he was there at Newcastle for one season. I think he was on loan at Newcastle, wasn't he? For like one season. And obviously, it did not work out for him whatsoever there. He played 22 games. I think he got a goal and assist. And, you know, he went to Spain. You know, he's been in Spain in La Liga many seasons. He's sort of a well-established player there. He's a Euro winner now as well. So he came off the bench against Germany, scored against them. So he's got a bit of experience there as well. You know, he's of course played Champions League with Sociedad as well already. So, you know, he's had a bit of experience as well. As I said, his age. But yeah, I'm going to share my lineup very quickly, guys. This is how I believe Arsenal's squad is going to be looking like next season. I'm going to put this is what I made today, right? With also some backups there as well. If I quickly zoom into this, and we could talk about where this guy can possibly fit in as well. So let me can you guys see the full screen? Yeah, I think that's good. So obviously, this is what I expect Arsenal to go with next season. This is what I expect our strongest lineup. This will be my strongest lineup for Arsenal next season, right? Raya, of course, our main goalkeeper. He's signed permanently now. There's no change in that. Ramsdale, but at the moment, it looks like he's been saying as a backup, right? So those will be the two goalkeepers. Now, the back four, we have so many options in the back four now, as I mentioned before. I think our main left back for me will be Ricardo Calaflori. I think this guy will be the main left back, and you know we're going to talk about him sort of possibly inverting as well. But yeah, Calaflori for me will be the main left back. Now backup, I've gone Timber there. I think it'll be Zinchenko as the backup for Calaflori. I think it'll be Zinchenko. I don't want it to be Zinchenko. I want Zinchenko in the midfield, but I just got a feeling. So that's why I put Timber there, because I don't want Zinchenko anywhere near left back. I think like I said, he had a good game against whoever I can't remember we play Leverkusen, right, at left back. But let's be honest, he's a midfielder, right? So yeah, you know, Timber can play left back. Obviously, I put him centre back here as well with back up to right centre back with Saliba. But also put Calaflori centre back as well. But I expected this to be our main back four for next season, right? I don't see us rushing back Timber. I don't want us to rush back Timber as well. I think he'll come back when he's ready. Ben White will be the main right back as well, with Tomiyasu. Again, injury prone, but he can play right back. Tomiyasu play centre back as well. But yeah, I think this will be the main back four. Calaflori left back with Gabriel Saliba, the two centre backs, and Ben White right back as well. And then if we go to the midfield right now, so obviously, I think we're bringing in Merino as the number 8. I've seen a lot of people say, you know, Merino number 8, Xhaka replacement. He plays number 8 at Sociedad. It'd make more sense, I think, because we're looking for more number 8. I think Partey and Rice can play at the 6. We've seen that already. But I think we're looking more for a number 8. And I think Merino can play number 8. But at the same time, I also like this. I also wouldn't mind seeing Declan Rice and Merino drops to the 6. And seeing Declan Rice play as the 8. Partey's not going to be 8, by the way. I'm just putting him as a backup for Rice at the moment. And I put Vieira as a backup for Merino in the number 8. I put Nwaneri as a backup for Odegaard as well. Because I think Nwaneri is going to get first team football as well. But it wouldn't surprise me, like, if we see, because we have seen Declan Rice. We saw at the end of last season, we saw Declan Rice play as the 8, and he looked very good there. He's a lot more advanced. He had more freedom to go forward. And I think Merino has characteristics to play as a 6 as well. His physicality, he's sort of very good when it comes to aerially, excellent in the air. I just think him as a 6 could be decent as well. But I think at the moment, we'll see Arteta try Merino in the 8, Rice, sort of here, Odegaard there as well. Could we go with a double pivot in some games as well, possibly? I've seen a lot of people say this. Maybe we can go with a Merino Rice double pivot. Maybe in certain games. I don't know. But at the moment, I see Arsenal sticking to this. But also as well, I mean, now if we look to the left-hand side now, we're going to have Calaflori here as well. He's going to probably invert as always. But, we have a proper left back there. Now a proper natural number 8 there as well, in Merino. Then we're going to have Martinelli on the left. Martinelli is going to thrive. This 3 here, he's going to thrive off of that, right? Because we know how good Calaflori is going forward. He's excellent going forward. But Merino as well. What I've noticed when I'm watching Mikel Merino is he loves to obviously break the lines. You know, he loves that through pass. He loves that through ball. And we know Martinelli loves to get in behind the defense. And I think he struggled massively last season, Martinelli as playing on the wing, because I think there's a number of reasons why Martinelli struggled. I think confidence, you know, I think maybe carrying a little knock. But I think one of the main reasons is because how we were set up, and because a left back kept changing effectively week in, week out. Yeah, 1 week it was Zinchenko, the next week it was Tomiyasu, then it was Kivior. He wasn't helping him whatsoever. And going forward, I think the only one going forward was who's actually decent was, well, Kivior didn't really go forward too much. He was good defensively though. That didn't really help Martinelli. Like Tomiyasu can go forward, yes, maybe him. But again, did he really do that when he's playing with Martinelli? Like, what I'm saying is we always see Ben White overlap Saka, right? We always see that. We always see the Ben White overlapping Saka all the time. I don't really see that on the left side of Arsenal because Zinchenko's always inverting. You know, Tomiyasu has said and Kivior, they didn't really do that. So it didn't really help Martinelli when he had left backs changing. But when you got Calafiori there, that guy will go forward, right? And that's why I love Tierney as well, because Tierney would do that. When we had Tierney there, he would overlap. He'll, you know, give something different to Martinelli there as well. And then ultimately as well, this player here was so important last season, and we didn't have that. You know, we was playing Kai Havertz there, and it wasn't working out for me. And I think the majority of the games we saw is so inconsistent playing Kai Havertz there. It didn't work out whatsoever, and obviously that's why he's now moved to centre forward. But you know, he was trying Kai Havertz there, but of course, the last player we had there was Granit Xhaka, and we saw how well Martinelli played there. So now with Merino playing here, number 8, I think that could really work as well, and I think that could really benefit someone like Gabriel Martinelli. And I don't think, and this is what I'm saying as well, I think, did we really see a lot of Rice and Martinelli play when Rice was number 8? I don't think we did. I think it was more Trossard. So that could be an option there. But this is most likely Arsenal's lineup for next season, guys. I think, as I said, there's a question mark there. I still think we need a new striker. And I put Jesus on the right-hand side as well. I don't know if it's going to be the case, but I've put him on the right-hand side. We also need a winner for me as well. Someone to back up Saka there. But other than that, I think it's obviously good to go with that player in there as well.